Salutations everybody, Dreamforge here with another video for World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore. This is the second part of the profession tier list maker guide, sort of. And this part is about money making potential. How much money can you make with a certain profession? Mining. Mining is, of course, a big money maker. I think this is not something that will really surprise anybody here. Not only while leveling, you can make a lot of money if you just sell the ore. People will gladly pay a lot for that. I mean, I can do this the same. It's basically the same. Later on, if you find your thorium veins, getting arcanite crystals and stuff, and always selling the ore to people who just don't have a gathering profession, they will need that ore. So this will always be in demand. You'll probably always be able to sell this. That's a great money maker if you want to grind. So if you really want to put in the work. The same as herbalism, this doesn't really change. I think they're kind of like the same. Skinning. While leveling, skilling is kind of cool, I would say, but later on, I don't think it's that great of a money-making method. Sure, you can always sell the hide you get or the leather you get from beasts, just sell it to the vendor, but then it's not that great. The problem is that a lot of people will take skinning while leveling, and then leather working, what you need all the leather for most of the time. Not many people will probably have this, and if they have this, they probably have skinning too. Again, it's a nice money addition if you level, but when we talk big money making potential, skinning is not the thing. Fishing. I think fishing is pretty strong. I don't put it higher because you have to spend a lot of time actually fishing. If you have a high fishing skill, and you fish in certain areas, you can catch very important fish to craft high-level potions. Not a lot of people want to do this, and if you're one of those people and you enjoy fishing, then this could be a great money-making method. It's not the fastest way to make money, but it's a very consistent way, and you just basically have to stand there and fish. Yeah, I think there's like always like the few people who really enjoy fishing and they just don't mind, and they can make good money out of this because there will not be that many who want to do this. Cooking. Cooking can be absolutely crazy. Yes, I would say cooking will be something that you can make really good money. If you put up your meals at the right times, like when people raid or when people want to do dungeons, most of the time in the later stages of the day, people will buy your stuff and you can make them pretty expensive. Sure, there will be people who will grind the stuff themselves, but if you know what you're doing, you can make a lot of money from this. You can even buy certain things from the auction house and then just craft the right food and just put it up, and people will buy this. Everybody wants to have a food buff basically 24/7. First aid. I never saw anyone who ever bought even one bandage off the auction house. Everybody will have this probably anyways. I don't think this is a good moneymaker. Everybody will have bandages, and if not, they can just buy the rune cloth, for example. Enchanting. Enchanting kind of depends. It will be between B and S, so I put it in A. If you are one of the first one who has the very good enchants, like let's say Crusader or something, you can take very high fees and get a lot of money for just one click. And I think it's always like a nice addition. People will want to have enchants, but this is more of like an end game thing, right? Not many people probably pay a lot of money for low level enchants because there's no low level BGs or anything like that. This can be very good if you're one of the earlier ones that has the great enchants, then this could be an amazing money making method. It's pretty easy. You just stand there and click a button. Yeah, this is, I don't know. This is very hard to judge because it depends where you are, what your skill level is and stuff like that. But I would say it is good here. Blacksmithing. Yeah, I'm not so sure about blacksmithing. It's not really bad, but it's not absolutely crazy. I want to put it here because I mean, what can you actually sell with blacksmith? You can sell the rods for enchanters, but there will not be that many enchanters. And you can sell some leveling gear and some endgame armor and weapons maybe. That's basically it. And how many people actually buy this stuff? I mean, there will be a lot of warriors, don't get me wrong, but they don't want to have your level 44 blue one-handed sword. They want to have the Lion Eyes helmet, you know, something like this. Or maybe the Dark Iron set to get fire resistance. But this is very endgame heavy stuff. And not a lot of people will be there. On top of that, almost every guild will have, if they raid and they go into higher level dungeons, they will have a blacksmith that has all of this. I'm not sure how good this is. So I don't think it's that good. I put it in B because I think it's not that amazing. Engineering to make money. I think this is not a good profession to make money. I'm almost leaning towards F tier. Because what can you actually sell? I mean, you can sell maybe bombs, right? Or target dummies, but people can just buy the mats and do that. There's no real reason. And all the trinkets and the helmets and stuff you could produce that are actually pretty cool, you need to have engineering for this. So how much stuff can you actually sell? You know, there are some quest items. I think this gyro whatever thing you can maybe produce. Yeah, sure, maybe, but it's very low. Like, it's amazing for leveling, don't get me wrong. It's one of the best professions. But making money with it, I don't think so. It's not really good. Leatherworking. I think leatherworking is on par with blacksmithing. It's basically the same stuff. You could sell some cool leveling items and people will buy this, especially if it's not too expensive. But that's basically it. You don't really can scale this. It's not that you can craft something everybody wants to have. Yeah, it's not really that powerful when it comes to making money. Again, it's nice to craft some leveling items. People will want to have this, but that's basically it. I think blacksmithing is even better because craft armor, you can craft weapons too. And those rods, so blacksmithing is actually superior here. Sadly not that good of a money making method. Tailoring as a money making method. This is way stronger than leatherworking in blacksmithing. You can not only craft cool armor and leveling armor. A lot of classes are actually interested in that, you know. Cloth gear and bags, like cloaks and stuff. A lot of classes could actually use that. It's possible that you craft a rope and that a paladin buys this because he has a very bad chest for healing his dungeon or something. So you have just way more potential customers than those two, right? And then on top of that, you can build bags. And bags, I can tell you, silk bags and rune cloth bags, they will sell like crazy. Every character who dies needs new bags. I'm not so sure how this will turn out, but I'm almost certain to put it here, because not only you have the power of producing very cool leveling items with spell power, they will be very, very desired. You can make bags, and this is only one slot. Then you have another one, right? You can pick herbalism if you want. You can make a lot of money with this if you want to grind and stuff. I'm not sure. It's we will see. I kind of want to put it here because of the bags, but you will have competition, you know, it's kind of hard to, you know. So the last thing, alchemy. Alchemy is, of course, S tier. Alchemy is basically the strongest profession, especially if you can produce the high mana pots, for example, the high health pots. You can get very, very rich from this, especially if you sell this to, at times where a lot of people will want to raid or go into dungeons, right? So people will always want to have certain things like swiftness potion, lesser invulnerability potions, maybe even underwater breathing potions. People will always want to have those because they make the life in Azeroth a little bit safer, and therefore you will always find people who want to buy your drinks, your potions. So again, when it comes later on to Flask, especially if you're one of the earliest, you will get rich beyond belief. Alright, this is my profession list in a tier maker when it comes to money making potential. You can of course increase a lot of those things with just putting more emphasis and more work into this. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. Do you agree or disagree with some of my picks? Then just let me know in the comments. I'm always interested in discussing those topics. I think this is very interesting and fun. I wish everybody a great day in World of Warcraft Hardcore. Have a good time and don't die. Have a good one.